everybody. Give it up for Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, everybody, here we are. How you guys doing? Oh yeah, you feel that energy in here? That's episode 26 of Kill Tony. We've made it a half a year, Brian.
That's insane.
6 months of this.
A quarter of this.
Yes, a quarter of that. Fuck yeah. Everybody's here, everything's in position. Good to see you guys. Happy Monday to you. Very exciting to be here as always. You guys ready for a fun show? It's been a fun weekend. Anything crazy happened this weekend?
I just got over the busiest week ever. I drove to San Francisco, which is not a bad drive at all, but there's that part where there's just millions of cows where you see where all the meat comes from, and it just smells like shit, and you want to roll down the window, but that's a bad idea. You want to turn on the air conditioning, or it's awful. Like, it's almost puke worthy for like a good 15 minutes of that highway.
Yeah, it's a weird drive.
And then, but there's one of the best steak places. Like, I had to get out of the car. I was like, I gotta get out of here. So there was this really weird restaurant on the side of the road, and it was really nice. It was this awesome steak place where they just like pretty much take the cows and kill them, and you just feed them to you. It's like awesome.
That's great. That's exciting.
It's really good.
How fun.
Yeah.
What did I do? I did spots here. Saturday, Friday, we did Thunder Pussy, the third episode of Thunder Pussy.
That shit is so great. I wish this audience could see Thunder Pussy. It's one of the coolest new podcasts.
It's the newest Death Squad show on the network, and it's Jeremiah Watkins' improvised stand-up show built for a podcast. So it's very exciting to see comedians make material out of nothing in thin air. Fuck yeah. Put your hands together for my friend The Robe, everybody. He's here, live in the flesh. Great friends. And let's also introduce the one and only. Well, you know him, you love him. He's our head of security. It's the Iron Patriot.
Yes. I had a busy week, Tony.
Oh, tell us about it.
Yeah, I was 1 day on Cougar Town, 3 days on Parks and Recreation.
Right, you did extra work on these shows, is what you're saying.
Yes. I was also spending time putting together my screenshots of all my background appearances. And I found a very significant one. I found the first show that I was on. This was Boston Legal. The episode was called Juiced. It came out December 1st, 2008. Now, Tony, I want you to try to guess who the actress was in this scene, and I'm going to give you a clue. The Guinness Book of World Records in 2013 just gave this lady the record for the longest running career in television. Now, can you guess who that is?
What show was it on?
Boston Legal, came out in 2008. She was just
Betty
on
White.
Yeah, it's got to be Betty White.
Very good, Tom. Very good.
Yeah.
She's 91 years old. She's been in the business 74 years.
Yeah.
It was a very fitting scene for me to make my debut on.
Right, because why?
Because I walked across. I was looking very beautiful walking across. You know how I do my background performances. I'm always looking. I'm always patriotic.
When the camera's not on, does Betty White shake and fall to the floor? And like is it like really sad and depressing? Like there's somebody standing behind her, holding her up the whole time, or?
No, she's full of life. That was 5 years ago, but she still looks like she's doing good. She's on that show Hot in Cleveland, and she looks like she's going to have some more years left.
You just jinxed her.
Yeah. Redman, I want to say something to you. I was listening today, you on Allison Rosen. I was listening to you on a podcast, and I learned something I didn't know about you, that you masturbate with Monistat 7.
Yes, I do.
Very interesting.
Okay. Is this real?
Yes.
Why do you do that?
Because it helps with male yeast infections. It keeps the vagina clean. And it feels a little bit better than regular lotion because it's a little bit thicker.
Keeps the vagina clean.
I mean, if you use regular lotion, it does nothing to help you with sex or anything. It does nothing.
It moisturizes the penis.
Yeah.
Get him a nice glow with a good lotion.
Or whatever. Your shit's already sweaty. It already is pretty moisturized during the day. That's how like fungus and stuff grows on there. So you should get Monistat 7.
Patriot, I heard that you sent in a song this week.
Yes. This song is called I Gotta Have You.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, Patriot was in a failed rock and roll band in the 90s in his hometown of Dallas, Texas. The band never took off, but every once in a while he still sends in a song that he sings over in his robot voice, which is only slightly different than his actual voice. The songs always seem a lot longer than they actually are. They're never very well written. The chorus always comes in over and over again too soon, so about a minute and a half of music always feels like about 3 minutes.
Yep.
So here, what's the name of this one?
I Gotta Have You.
This is I Gotta Have You by Dirty Crabbers, Jeff Crabtree, a.k.a. the Iron Patriot, a.k.a. the
Yep, make sure you
Comic
give me some
Patriot.
volume so I can stay on key.
Right, so that you can sing over your own voice.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
That's okay, I'm not lip singing, I'm not Milli Vanilli. You know, I'm doing it.
Hold on, I'm having a little technical difficulty. The iPad was like, oh no you didn't, and I was like, yes I did, and I'm trying to press play.
Even the iPad doesn't want us to do this right now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Here we go.
Maybe.
Yeah, turn it up a little bit. Get it going. Get it going.
Get it going.
Okay. Everybody feel it with me.
Put your hands together for the Iron Patriot,
Yeah,
everybody.
I feel a lot of love here.
As we ease into episode 26. Well done.
You need to be free. You're up and down the town and it's easy to see. I'm searching all hours for your face. The finest little hussy in the whole damn place. Oh, oh, I gotta have you. I really need you, yeah, yeah. I gotta have you. I really need you. I'm always shaking like a leaf on a stick. I'm making every move and I'm making it quick. I'm feeling that it's you in my mind. I'm wondering where you go, cause you're so hard to find. Oh, oh, I gotta have you. I really need you, yeah, yeah. I gotta have you. I really need you, yeah, yeah.
Alright, let's stop that. Alright, I want a random audience member, Lainey, if you had to guess, how long do you think that song just was? If you had to guess, just throw out any number.
That's too long.
Yeah, if you had to guess the time on that.
Minute and a half.
Alright, forget it, Lainey. You just blew the whole thing. It was a very easy setup, Lainey.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually like that one. That was like an angrier
There you
version
go.
of the of your band.
Yeah,
or
now
your
let me tell you a little bit about that song. That song got more airplay than any Dirty Crabber song because it came out in 1991, and a famous DJ in Dallas named George Gamart put it on a compilation CD with 19 other bands. So it got a little airplay. That was the only way you can get on the radio back then. So that was pretty exciting. That song is very significant in the Dirty Crabber history.
Well, I liked it. I thought it was darker. It sounded more, a
Yeah.
little bit like if you're going through your Pretty Hate Machine days of
Yeah, it's talking about
52s.
yeah, it's talking about the finest little hussy in the whole damn place. I want her. I gotta have her.
Yeah. Very violent, sex, like raping.
That's what I do when I enter the room. I look for the finest hussy and I say that she's mine.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Wow.
Unbelievable. When did you write that?
That was back in 1991.
What was your life like back then? What was happening back
Those were my
then?
glory years.
Like what? So tell us about your glory years. What was a typical day like for Jeff Crabtree back in Dallas, Texas?
Soothing on the couch sometimes.
Sleeping on the couch sometimes?
No,
Is that
soothing on the
what
couch. With the hussies.
Wait.
Wait, what was
Slow it down, man. Just take your time. Or can you breathe in that thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing
Zooming
a lot-
on. Oh, shit, there's still. Hold on. Still, just breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. Relax.
Yeah.
When you say zoom in on the pouch, soothing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Putting the banana in the pouch, playing with the soothing on it, stroking it a little bit. I was working hard back then too. I was practicing. It took a lot of time to write those songs. We were going to the studio. We were doing gigs, meeting people at the shows and stuff. And I was a rock star in Dallas. It was exciting. All the things rock stars do. A little bit of drug experimentation, soothing on the pouch, like I said.
Wait, masturbating or with a girl?
No, with a girl.
So you're
I was getting
snarky
lucky back
puss.
then.
You're soothing on a pouch, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I said, just,
That's your way of saying you were getting laid back then.
yeah, all
Do you
the
ever-
things you do with the pouch. Yeah,
Do you ever think that a lot of the reason why you haven't been laid since 9/11 or whatever it was is that you say things like soothing on the pouch?
Now, my relation status is complicated. I'm coming back now. I'm getting my career back on route. I'm going to find the soulmate. I'm going to find the perfect lady. The perfect lady might be in this crowd right now.
Got really quiet after that. A lot of ladies just ducked underneath their tables.
Yeah. I see a bright future for me, Tony.
Yeah. The only thing. Alright. Fuck yeah. Well, what's exciting is that we have over 30 comedians that signed up tonight. And as always, I always have two very funny guests, very funny friends of mine that come on this show and sit with us while we listen to comedians do 1 minute each. And tonight is no different. I have two very, very funny guests. And in no particular order, we just go for it.
We could go for it. Maybe one won't show up right now.
Yes, one might be just delayed a few minutes because show business is crazy. All right, so with no further ado, put your hands together for the first person I'll bring up. One of my favorite comedians, a true Comedy Store favorite, handpicked by Mitzi Shore, super paid regular at the Comedy Store. He travels the country. He's a chef. He's a comedian. One of my funniest pals. Put your hands together for the one and only Mike Faverman. Is in the house. And you know her from Chelsea lately. You love her from Chelsea. She's not ready yet. Wow, that's great. Thank you. Fuck yeah. Mike Faverman is here, everybody.
Check.
How you doing, Mike
Hey
Poos?
guys, is there a mute button on this thing, by the way?
On the Patriot?
Come on, guys.
You know you love it. You know that you love
No,
it,
I
Mike.
know I don't. Okay.
Mike, I was doing some reading on you today.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. I see that you do many things. You direct, you produce, you act.
Okay.
Now, you got an outdoor cooking show that looks very interesting. I watched a little bit of that. Now, what I wanted to ask you, you heard that Tony's a vegan. What would you cook for something like him? Because, you think outdoor, you think barbecue. What would you make for him?
I would force him to eat meat. That's what I'd do.
Oh, come on. What would you make me?
I'd make you a grilled veggie platter with a big, fat puss in the middle.
Oh, he would hate that. He's vegan.
I don't know if that's part of the vegan lifestyle.
He likes a
Too bad, I'll
cum
never be a
sorbet.
vegan.
Brian, settle down.
It's hot as fuck in here.
Yeah, it is.
Heck yeah.
Hot and cold at the same time.
Yeah, Tony, I wanted to say something. I'm basically a vegetarian, and I see the difference between me and you is I drink milk and eat eggs.
Yeah.
Now, I read something that you need a B12 and an amino acid.
Yeah, that's why I don't take medical advice from people like you.
But is that true that you need a B12 and amino acid supplement?
That's if I wasn't getting enough of that in my natural diet that I am. There's ways to get
Without
it.
milk and eggs, you can still
I
get
have
it.
so much B12 in my diet that my pee is like golden. It's beautiful.
Okay.
It's like it looks like fucking 24 carats.
Does it matter if the guy shaves or if it's just, full bush?
Full bush.
I'm just gonna let you think about what you just said. Patriot, what did you, oh yeah, you already asked that question, what you read about Mike Faverman. Yeah.
Patriot, what do you like to eat?
I eat a lot of veggie burgers. I eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day. with a glass of milk. Raisin bran in the morning, green beans with the veggie sandwich, also with chips. I crunch up the chips and the rice.
Okay, wait, one more time, nice and slow. Let's go over it again. What was it again?
Raisin bran in the morning, lunchtime, veggie burger and green beans. Peanut butter and jelly at dinner time. And then later on that night, maybe some peanut M&Ms, another bowl of raisin bran, another veggie burger, rice, bowl of rice with the chips crunched up inside.
What kind of chips?
Like those mission chips, you know, you get at Ralph's.
Put tortilla chips in your rice?
Just chips, just like, you know, with the salt on the chips. You know?
Yeah. Tortilla chips.
Yeah. The mission chip.
Yeah, it's tortilla chips.
Yeah.
So you're breaking those up and putting
Yeah, I
them
like
in
to
a bowl?
crunch those up on the rice. It gives the rice some good texture. I like to enjoy that. I'll usually watch a movie on Netflix while I'm doing it. And I like to watch Sons of Anarchy while I'm eating it.
That's just Why do you keep putting your hand out like that, like you're running for president while talking?
I work in mysterious ways, Tony.
The way he says Tony, it's just like my worst nightmare. I'm gonna wake up one day and he's gonna be leaning over me. Good morning, Tony.
You're my little Tony Maroney.
Oh my god.
He wants you!
What? Oh yeah. I didn't know what you were talking about. That song was so forgettable that I already forgot.
I personally love his music.
If you don't like my music, I'll go somewhere else and do my Dirty Crowder songs, Tony.
Oh my god.
Is that Tony?
Nobody else wants you to do the Dirty Crabber
They
song.
do,
I don't even want you to do Dirty Crabber songs. You just keep sending them in every week.
Yeah, I got more.
Me and Tony were both part of one of the coolest things that I've done in a long time. Mike Faverman had a really cool event where he got comics to fight each other in the ring, boxing.
Actual boxing.
And that was one of the greatest times, and I guess you're cutting it up, you might be selling it at a show, I don't know what's going on with that, but I want more. Like, you don't understand, that was like UFC for comedians. It was fucking badass.
It was so much fun.
Yeah,
Patriot, if you were going to fight somebody in the ring, who would it be? If you were going to box somebody, who do you think would be in your weight class?
Maybe the Iron Sheik.
Really? That's who you pick?
It doesn't really matter. I take any of them. I take anybody, and it's all over when I get to work.
Wow. Would you wrestle in that uniform? Or
I want it. You know who I really want to fight is Joe Rogan.
That's cute.
You know why I don't trust him? Because he's never done cocaine. I want to kick his ass.
What? He's actually done coca leaves before, which is where cocaine comes from. It was like a tea, and he said he couldn't stop talking. And if you know Joe, he loves to talk, so imagine that times 1,000. That must be insane. So that's probably why he doesn't want to do it, because it would probably blow up his face.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun to have a conversation with him, though, high on cocaine.
Wait, you'd have fun if he was high on cocaine?
Yeah, because he said he'd never done it, but I know he likes to talk a lot. And
Have you done it?
What?
You've done it?
Yeah, I've done it probably about 10 times. I never did. You know, I never got addicted, but I did do it about 10 times. A very euphoric feeling. Gets the banana up and hard.
Oh my god.
Yep.
This was back in Dallas, or have you been doing it since your Hollywood
Well, I
days?
had one time I did it since in the last 5 years when I was in LA. I was up in a Rockstar pad, hanging out with that girl Jennifer Corbin that I told you about that was on lingerie that used to dance for Dirty Cowboy. And I went ahead and went for it because I was up in a Rockstar pad. I said I got to do what rock stars do, so I did a line of cocaine. And it made me chain smoke a whole pack of cigarettes.
Awesome. And our other guest, everybody, you know her from Chelsea lately. You know her from Comedy Central. My writing partner on The Burn. Comedy Central's The Burn. Writer, comedian, extraordinaire. Sarah Tiana, everybody. She's amazing. She's so balls deep into show business that she's literally 10 minutes late for this show. I mean, who needs credits when you just need the proof that I tried to bring her up 5 minutes ago?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's obviously no big deal to you. Anyway,
It is a big deal to me.
you were doing a photo shoot?
Yeah. Sorry.
Awesome. For an upcoming tour?
Yes.
Penthouse?
Yes. That's why my nipples are hard.
I noticed. You seem like you-
We're outside on the roof. Yeah.
Ooh la la.
Oh.
Sorry, so I have to cover.
Fuck yeah. Right now, Mike's fucking sweating bullets in his crotch. He wants to be on your rooftop.
There's nothing different. He always says that.
You guys are hilarious.
Have you guys ever hooked up before? Because you guys have known each other for a while.
Me and Faverman?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's cooked steaks at my house before, at like parties and stuff. He's a good cook.
But he
Why
never
won't
leaves.
you let him?
Why won't I let him?
Yeah.
Redman, why is that always your first? Do you have any other questions in your repertoire?
No, I don't.
This is every question. Are you fucking him? No?
Yeah.
Okay, good seeing you. That's all.
It is true. He loves the ladies, Brian.
Yeah. Sarah, can I say something to you?
Sure.
It was nice. I met you first on June 18th, Kill Tony 3. I saw a nice picture of you at the James Franco roast with Tony that was very lovely. And what I want to say is, on Saturday night, I was out posing for pictures for tips like I usually do. Coming home at 6:30, I saw Jason Tebow, and he said he was just at your house. He was looking over your dog. Does he do that often?
He does. He house sits. My dog is a big fan of Jason Tebow, so that's why he was there. Yeah.
He's a great guy.
That's
I like him.
really creepy that you know that.
Yeah. Of all the things that you normally look up about our guests, you normally don't quote their dog sitter.
Yeah. He said you live over by the Hollywood Bowl.
Yes.
Oh,
I
jeez.
just moved though last night.
That's the ticket.
Perfect.
Yeah. What? Do you have anything to ask me about Jason Tebow, Redman?
Yeah.
Tebow, fuck that dog, bro. Mike, so can we find that boxing thing anywhere, or what should we look for? Is there a website we can keep updated? Because I want to see more of that.
We're trying to sell it now, so it's kind of an exclusive video for people who are trying to collaborate and go to networks with it.
It's such a beautiful idea.
Yeah, totally makes sense. I mean, I can
Who would
see
you
that.
fight?
I would not fight, but if I had to choose somebody, it'd probably be
Jay Moore? Somebody from your, like, podcast wars?
Oh.
Because that'd be
Are
fun.
you guys in
Yeah,
a
that'd be
podcast?
fun. I'd fight Jay
Huh?
Moore.
No.
How about you, Tony? Who would you fight?
I'm not big on fighting. I would pick,
You fight with words.
I think, like, Brad Williams,
Yeah.
or Nick Novicki, or perhaps even,
Esther.
yeah, Esther would be good.
Maybe we could tag team Esther.
Oh.
Anyway,
Yes?
Jesus Christ.
Gross.
Boxing tag.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like fighting.
I can't
Like fighting
I
either?
don't like.
It was great though. You could see like people go all out and beat on
Yeah.
each other.
See, it'd be bad if I did it because I'm actually trained in the martial arts, and I don't want to embarrass all my friends.
You sell it fleeing.
Is your move running away? Yeah.
It's a new technique.
I try. I go for the WWF thing. Like I try to get like 3 inches away from their face with all my punches, and I expect that to affect them.
No way. They'd be like, the announcer would be like, in this corner, weighing this many pounds, Tony Hinchcliffe. He's like, those aren't all my credits. Like, he wouldn't even get to start it because Tony would be mad at the announcer for the way he
shit.
brought him up.
It's true. It's true. Oh, that's the only thing important about me is my height and weight? Don't you know what I've written on? All
You
right.
forgot to say Youngstown, Ohio.
I'm so excited that my guests are finally here and done with their photo shoots. I'm so glad to have the Patriot here. You guys know the format of the show. Over 30 comedians signed up tonight for the opportunity for 1 minute on this stage. And you know how it works? At 60 seconds, you'll hear the meow of a kitty. That's to let you know your time's up. Now, don't run that time or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear. And he sounds fucking furious tonight. So I'd be very careful. Don't run over your time. That bear means that you're in big trouble. So, you guys ready to get this thing started or what? It's the half-year centennial edition with Faverman and Tiana, Patriot, Redman, and Hinchcliffe. And your first comedian tonight. Patriot, move the mic stand over so that, well, not yours. Josh, yeah, you want to grab that? By the way, Patriot, we call him the head of security, but he can't even move. Yeah. Only his arms move at 90
You know,
degrees.
Tony, if we got on the bigger stage downstairs, I could do more moving. I could do dance moves and everything. We need to be in that bigger
Why do you
room.
always talk shit like I'm not doing a good job? Like, Tony, if you push the podcast more, we'd be in the main room.
Yeah. Talk to Tommy Morris. Let's do a Christmas episode down in the big room.
Says the guy who
Tommy
his
Morris.
big night is here, like the Monday night.
Yeah, it's funny that you think Tommy Morris is the one that's booking the main room.
Tommy.
We should get our show in the main room. Talk to Tommy Morris.
You know, you told me you want to do a show down there. You told me.
Oh, how dare you talk about things that I brought up to you before off camera?
In confidence.
Just because I told you I wanted to maybe do a show in the... Yeah, it'd be fun when we can fill it up.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we have been filling up the belly room every week for 6 weeks. No big deal. After only 6 months, but... Anyway. I've pulled the first name, and your first comedian tonight, doing a minute. Okay. Put your hands together for Lindsay Wegler.
I'm the pious guy, the little omelets wanna be like on my knees day and night, scoring points for the afterlife. So don't be
Start when you start walking. My name's Lindsay. I nanny a lot. And I nanny this one girl in particular. Her name's Ava. She's 4 and she's like totally crazy. And like her mom, like she's really curious, and her mom recently told her that her private part was called a vagina. And so since she found out that information, she like walks up to women and is like, I have a vagina and so do you. And it gets uncomfortable, but I don't like say anything because she's not wrong. And anyway, she's really weird about bathroom time. She won't go to the bathroom by herself, and she follows me in every time, which I don't want her doing because I just don't think that's a good habit. But it's only hard when I have my period, because she'll stay out behind the door, and anytime I open my tampon wrapper, every time she hears it crank on, it's like, hey, Miss Liz, you got some candy in there? Thank you.
Sarah, you were playing the...
First of all,
Sarah, get in there.
there's no right time of the month for a period joke, in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like period jokes, but I also don't like poop jokes, so you can just say whatever you will about me. But you can just get to that joke, you can cut that joke in half. Like you do that, I babysit this girl who just found out what a vagina is. That should be the first thing you say. You don't need all the backstory about her. We don't give a shit about her name. We barely give a shit about your name. We just found out who you are. You know what I mean? We just found out about you. Now I gotta memorize 2 names. That's a lot.
You could come out. You can not hide behind the Iron Patriot. You could bring the microphone. It's
Yeah, bring the whole mic stand.
It's
You
a
can do that
it's a
also.
mobile microphone. It's not that heavy either. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Maybe like 6 months, but I'm really spotty about it. I do a lot of improv.
Another joke about a period.
No,
You can tell
that
from
was a
your
period
pants. Very
joke.
spotty.
She's wearing red pants, guys.
Yeah, white
Well, it's not like a vulgar period joke.
No, it's not.
Older?
But I don't understand why she would think there's candy up there.
Right.
Because she hears the wrapper open.
Oh, I
Maybe
see.
I was real fast.
Yeah, that's not clear that the wrapper is why you would have candy up there. Immediately I'm thinking, does she see the string? Because you just talked about her looking at vaginas.
No, she just hears it opening through the door, so she thinks I'm eating candy in the bathroom.
Okay. Well, you don't have to say period. You can just say anytime I'm opening up a tampon wrapper.
Oh, okay.
Or unwrapping stuff. But you also, like, if you're talking about how she's staring at vaginas all the time, and then you go into a period joke, they seem like 2 separate things.
Yeah.
It was really confusing.
I was super confused. I didn't follow any of that. I had no
Very
idea what
true.
happened.
It's very hard.
I didn't even hear what she said. I was staring at her pussy the whole time. Is she telling a joke? I didn't hear a joke. I'm sorry.
By the way,
Did you hear one?
That is Mike Faverman is here, everybody. I love it.
Listen, hold on.
Faverman perspective.
You have to cut to the chase. You're not interesting enough to listen to you to get to that lack of a joke. No, that's the fact. Cut to the chase. Trim the fat, get to the joke. Nobody cares.
It's true.
Also, don't use the word pussy ever.
I don't.
Unless you look like one.
Yeah,
And
unless
then
you
use it
look
all
like
the
a guy
time for every punchline.
who uses the word pussy.
Yeah, wound or slit is better, probably.
Gash.
Don't listen to me,
Gash
please.
is a great word.
Gosh, yeah.
80s podcast.
You can always say pouch too.
Oh, there you go.
You say crotch?
He calls it a pouch. Patriot calls the vagina a
It's like a
pouch.
6-year-old.
Why?
I know, he is. He's also let a dog eat chocolate off of his penis.
Hey, who hasn't?
The worst thing you can let a dog eat off your penis,
I told you
chocolate.
my bestiality's behind me.
Because it doesn't take too long? His peanut butter takes longer?
Yeah, you can
Like what you
watch
said,
them
that's the
suffer
worst
over
thing
it.
that you
Because chocolate's
Oh,
poisonous
it's
for
bad
dogs.
for dogs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, that's what he used. Meanwhile, the guy eats a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every day, so you know he's got peanut butter.
I love that I'm the dog owner and I didn't remember the
You should
dog.
really look that up, by the way. There's so many
Reese's
things you have no idea that's poisonous to dogs, like grapes. Would you ever think that grapes are
No,
poisonous?
I know grapes are poisonous.
Yeah. Why,
The other
do a
day,
shell?
my dog threw up 2 ketchup packets in a receipt. No, he shit them out, actually. He shit them out. He didn't even throw them up. He threw up the 3 things I had no idea what they were.
Lindsay, I know it was a minute, and I know you've only been doing it for 6 months, but it really shows that you're doing a lot more improv than you are stand-up, because there was only really one punchline in the whole 60 seconds, and it was sort of a punchline.
So, like, how many punchlines should you average per 60 seconds?
More than
You just
one.
need
As
one.
many as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alright.
a lot.
Just
If
think
possible.
outside the box. Like when you think of what the easy joke is, go.
Right. There's a lot of
No. Write it down.
yeah.
Write it down and then trim it down to about a third of what you have.
Yeah.
And then maybe it'll be fun.
And then think, is this the
Maybe.
smartest way to end that joke? What would be? Could anybody end that joke this way? And what's a better way of ending that joke? How can I one up?
So basically, don't do the joke.
No, there's nothing
All
wrong
right,
with the
that's all
joke.
we're saying.
No.
We're saying quit stand-up.
That's not.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we're kidding. Yeah, whoever made that noise, don't do that again for the
That's
rest
never
of
a
the
solution.
We're just starting the show.
No.
You can
We
always
don't
make
owe
a
it, kill Tony. Just watch it happen. There you
No, we're
go.
not saying quit. We're saying watch other people who do it well and learn from what you hear is the right way to
Yeah,
do
but you
it.
can always save a joke. You can always punch it up and change it, make it different.
It's definitely-
give-
it's-
Cut out the period part.
Right. All the information that doesn't have to do with the...
Punchline.
If you're going to stick with the candy thing, which I still don't really get. Like, I don't know. If you normally give her candy and you bring it out of a wrapper on the front end of that, then maybe that would make sense. Like,
It sounds like the whole joke's just a tag for another joke.
Yeah.
it's true.
The
Also,
joke,
you-
the joke is just the last part about the rapper. All the other stuff means nothing. That one thing is a joke. So take that joke and put it in another joke or something.
Come back next time, do a different minute. Lindsay Wagler. She's on Twitter at Lindsay_Wagler. If any of you listeners out there want to give her a punch that up or something.
You have to punch that up.
Punch that pussy, right?
Hey, buddy!
Did you guys have any jokes that you feel like when you started out that you feel like now like you would never even go near that that doesn't make any
All of
sense?
them.
Do you want me to do Faverman's or?
Right.
No,
You have
I
one
don't
for
even-
him that you remember?
No, he was always funny. I don't know.
I mean, like when you first started, like your first 6 months, and you're doing stand-up. Was there ever a joke in which you're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that on stage"?
I used to do a joke about how you could put get money for sperm now, and then I said I have this towel at home. It's worth a fortune. But it's kind of now. We wrote that like 20 years ago, and now it's kind of hacky.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
15 now.
Wow.
15 years. Long, wonderful years of misery. Pain in my ass.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I love it, but I hate having to do it, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love doing it. I feel like I'm, good at it, and I just don't love chasing to get work. It's bullshit. It's like, I'm funny, let's bring on the fucking work. What's the problem? They want asses in the seats, And it's all business, that's all. It has nothing to do with how funny you are.
But you get a lot of respect here, which is sort
Yeah,
of
that goes a long way. $15 in the OR.
Sarah, do you have a joke that you can't believe that you ever did on stage from your first few months or whatever?
No, I mean, I can't really remember because they didn't last very long if they weren't working.
Right.
I mean, I would try them like 3 to 5 times was the limit. If they weren't working after 3 to 5 times, they're out. Or, but I'll look back. I mean, I used to say some pretty like crazy stuff, like guns don't kill people, black people kill people, which is a fact.
It's true.
But it's not a joke.
That's funny.
It's only funny because it's a fact.
I used to have this one stupid thing in the first couple months that I'd say, I'd go, I was born with 2 ball sacks, but I had to have one removed because when the 2 ball sacks rubbed together, there was something about it that was just really gay. That's all I said. That was the whole joke. And then I would change direction. Anyway, supermarkets are crazy. I had no idea what I was doing. And now I'm a fucking genius. Who would have thought?
Tons of shitty jokes. I just don't remember them. It's hard enough to remember.
Yeah, the good ones.
Try to push those ones back.
Better read the list tonight. I'm gonna make a set list.
Oh, I know this name. This is a fun African fellow. It's Tim Greer, everybody. Tim Greer!
Hey, what's going on? How y'all doing? So look, I'm tired of people making excuses for not having fathers. I feel like, fuck you, I mean, you should have had one. Realistically, there's fathers everywhere. Like, seriously. If you turn on your television, there's great fathers. When I leave my children, one day, like every black man should, I'm going to leave my children the box set of The Cosby Show. It was 9 seasons of a great father. He was there. Who took care of him. And that's how you know, by looking at Theo, how to be a good son. That's my job.
Okay.
Bailing early? All right. Yeah, call him Bill Cosby. Am I right, people? Anyway,
Split the bill. Cosby.
some people are like, hey, do you think the comedians should ever do like 3 minutes or something like that? It's like, dude, some people do fucking 14 seconds.
What's your name? Tim, right?
Yeah.
Don't ever ask the audience how they're doing. You tell them how they're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Tell them either they
It shows
suck.
weakness right away.
No.
Don't do that. You don't have to. Be like, hey, this is who I am.
Right.
Do you ever feel like, like right away, cut to the chase?
Okay.
And I don't think a black comic should do that black people don't have fathers, that stuff. It's talk about yourself.
Do you have a father?
Hell yeah.
Yeah? Do you talk to him?
Do you wish you would leave?
Boy, so that's fun, yes.
No, did you see how that was funny?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? No, I'm not putting it down. I'm saying be a little more original. Be more original. I don't like it.
But you.
So you've always had a father. So
Yeah.
do you ever talk about how you break that stereotype? How you weren't part of that?
No.
You don't have any jokes about that.
No.
Your
But-
father and you get along?
No.
No. Why?
Hell no. But we're the same.
Because you're the same?
Yeah. Exactly.
Same age?
Not Mexican, Tony.
Who's your father, brother?
Your father.
Father, brother.
Wait, so you guys are the same? What do you mean you're the same?
We're like the same personality. Like strong-minded.
Strong-minded?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't. Where does he live?
In Texas.
In Texas? That's where you're from? Do you have a southern black father?
No, he's from Chicago.
Okay, but he lives in Texas.
Yes.
And did you grow up in Texas?
Yes.
And do you ever talk about that?
Yes.
What do you say?
I'm from Texas.
That's hilarious.
You got the whole setup and the punch in 3
Most
words.
interesting man in the world.
You should talk about how you and your dad are the same person. That's why you hate him.
Yeah. Anything, whenever you're talking about
Was-
something that's real
Well,
in
because
person-
he'll watch my comedy, so I don't want to let him know that I actually hate him.
Why not, dude?
How often is he watching your comedy?
Anything I put on YouTube.
Well, don't put it on
Shouldn't be
YouTube.
putting that on
Yeah.
whatever
You shouldn't have anything on YouTube. No, I'm kidding. I'm serious. I hate putting my stand-up on YouTube.
He's saying roast our hip hop.
Well, right I feel like
No, what I'm saying is talk about
when you're
what's real.
yeah, when you talk about you, no one can steal jokes from you.
Right.
You know, because no one can be anybody else. Like no one can take anything that's already yours and really personal.
Right.
And it takes a while. Like how long have you been doing comedy?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. You should be past that right now. You should already be talking about yourself.
Okay.
And definitely don't say how you doing, and hold the mic a little closer.
And it's not going to be easy, but that's what makes it good. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be
Yeah,
easy
it
to talk
sucks.
about yourself. But if you make it funny for everyone else, that means it's really fun.
Vulnerability makes everything funny.
Yeah.
True, and it gives you
Watch Richard
perspective.
Pryor.
Okay.
Tim Greer, everybody.
Tim
There you
Greer!
go.
Faverman needs another beer. Can somebody get it?
Another beer for Faverman, please. Bud Light. Your next comedian goes by the name of Bo Scott. Bo Scott.
Hey guys, you ever get so high you turned your blinker on going around a curve? I got so stoned yesterday I went to Ralph's and I was looking at the eggs trying to figure out which one I wanted for like 30 minutes. They have A eggs and they have double A eggs. I was like, come on man, one of these is B eggs. It was right next to the almond milk. I was like, how the fuck do you milk an almond? I was all stoned, so I was like, the Allman Brothers know. They do, I guess. They have Christmas shit out in the grocery store, which I guess I'm okay with. Because I like Christmas. The only thing I don't like about Christmas is that they have ugly sweater parties and I can't go. Because all my Christmas sweaters are dope as fuck. Fucking have Tide is the same price as Tide with added freshness. Who the fuck is buying regular Tide? Some dude's like, I like my clothes fresh, but not too fresh.
That bear is furious today. He can't wait to come out.
Yeah, the bear just ate that cat.
Hell yeah.
Bo, that was so funny.
Yeah, I love that Christmas sweater joke.
I knew you would like that because
Yeah.
it's so cocky.
Yeah, that's my...
Tony's like, I can't believe I didn't write that joke.
But I will be doing it at 10:30 a.m. So thank you, I appreciate that. Fuck yeah.
He knows how to write a joke.
Yeah, you know what to do. He's from San Diego.
To the girl who got offended by us helping her, that's how you write a joke. Quick and to the point.
But the first one, when you were like, you get so stoned, you turn your blinker on going around a curve.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like that was like you started really slow, and then until you got to the sweater part, wasn't really laughing. But like the grade A eggs and the AA eggs, I don't think to go to B from there. Do you guys think to go to B from there?
Triple A.
It's sort of like that. I'd rather have that in there than the curve. I would lose the curve completely.
What I was saying
You
is,
really, what you know why that's funny. You know what curve you were on when that blinker was on. Like I can sort of picture it, but people don't really. Especially, you know, I have a thing where because I like smoking pot, and I also obviously write a lot of material, but I find it hard to write good pot jokes. You know what I mean? Like so many of them are.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
Yeah. Right, because it's you know, sometimes it's about forgetting or this or that, so it's totally something that you do that nobody
The
else
stop
does.
sign didn't turn green, that type of shit.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, and like
exactly.
milking an almond, like I've heard that one.
Right, but the Allman Brothers is a fun twist.
That was really good. That
I
was
would
the
jump
first
into
one.
that quicker. I wouldn't say milk and almond. I would say, what is that? You know, cow milk that was milked by the Allman Brothers. You know, like more into it so that you don't say the I don't know how you milk an almond because that part brings the back part down, and the back part's funny because I like the Allman Brothers thing.
How long you been doing comedy?
I haven't been very consistent, but I did my first set 6 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I could tell it was right around 5 or
Yeah.
6 because you're kind of yourself on stage too.
Yeah, I also love the idea of you staring at the eggs. But and you said to pick out which one you want, just
No, I
one
was
egg?
basically saying that in the grocery store they have A eggs, and they also have AA eggs, and I'm like, one of those is B eggs.
Yeah. Why don't they just be eggs?
Yes.
But when you say,
Everybody wants to be special eggs. Why don't you just be eggs?
but you need to say grade A, because when you say they have an A eggs, it sounds like AA. Like it doesn't sound like the letter A.
Maybe what's a grade F egg, like a testicle looking one?
Right. And what are the?
I've never got a grade AA before.
Yeah. What are the AA eggs like? Just like always like I'm egg and I'm been sober for 3 weeks. What makes you grade AA?
Yeah.
Extra religious, carry around a book with them.
Yeah,
What do AA people do?
I never got an A. I certainly didn't get an AA.
Cry themselves to sleep at night.
They're all cracked.
Sorry for you sober folks out there that don't have the chemical benefits of drinking, but it sucks to be you.
I don't want
Anyway.
the AA eggs. They're all crap.
Right. Oh, that's funny. The AA eggs have a bad crack problem.
Maybe I should spend more time at the grocery store on that subject then.
Yeah, also there's the
Yeah.
12 steps in A, 12 steps.
Oh, that's true.
A dozen.
And nobody wants to drop
Oh,
the
yeah,
steps.
very good, Sarah.
Yeah, there you go. A dozen eggs, 12
Nice.
steps.
A dozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our joke now. It's our joke. Making it.
Yeah, we need to write together more
There's
often.
also
Sarah.
like
We're
cage
good.
free, you know, like something about cage free, you know.
Right.
It's free.
Like what are these eggs fed? Like these chickens are fed better than I am.
This is really good yoke writing we're doing right now. All these things.
We're really milking.
They're only egg jokes for white people.
Good, Tony. That was a good one, Tony.
Oh, Jesus. Patron, you're out of control. Bo Scott, great job. He's on Twitter at Bo_Scott. B-O.
He's opened for me a couple times at the American Comedy Company when he used to work down there.
I've snarfed puss with that guy.
Really?
Yeah. Were you there for the roof otter night?
Oh yeah, he was there
He
for
was
roof
there for
otter,
the
right?
roof otter when Tony got mad at the bouncer on the roof of the.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You were there for that.
Yeah.
He's like, you're gonna have to throw me off this roof if
Those
you don't want me in
pieces,
this
yeah.
bar.
Those
but if
bouncers.
you do, you better hope I land on Hollywood Boulevard because that's where I belong. Hollywood.
Fucking San Diego rooftop bouncers fucked with the wrong people that night. We said, is the bar still open? They're like, yeah, go get a drink. It looked like it was closing though. We go, we get a drink. We literally get the drink. I'm like, oh, great, a drink. I'm sipping it. Some big douchebag. I fucking hate.
I know.
Oh,
You're like,
God, there's
"Tell
nothing
Tony."
worse
He was
than
like,
these-
hey, you're gonna need to finish up your drink.
One of
And he's
these-
like, how dare you?
All right, let me get my side. You already told your side
you
of the
went
story.
from 0
Jesus
to how
Christ.
dare you in like
Hold on,
2
sister.
seconds.
Yeah, you're damn right. That's because this guy walks up that works out every day. Meanwhile, we're wearing the same size fucking shirt. Comes up, you guys gotta wrap it up, guys. And they're like, no. They just told us we just literally they just handed us. Yeah, that has nothing to do with what I'm doing. And I'm like, what do you mean it has nothing to do with you? We're working for the place where I just bought this on a hotel rooftop. He goes, nah. He's that guy, just like, just doing my job. Which is just the fucking worst. So I go, you know what? No, dude. We're not fucking leaving right away. I'm enjoying an evening with my friends. Meanwhile, I look around when I say that. All these pussies have already run to the fucking elevator. Because they're just...
We took him to a room.
You're just a bunch of animals that just listen to every little thing told to you.
Not true.
You see a bouncer in a tight polo shirt. Oh, yes, sorry. Sorry to be keeping you at work in San Diego on a rooftop. It's 72 degrees.
Oh my God, the best part is
Life
that
is perfect for this
throughout the
fucking...
evening we're making fun of Tony for this, and the bouncer kept getting nicer and nicer every time we retold the story, and Tony
Right.
kept getting meaner. Sir, we just like to, I know we're rushing you off the roof, we'd like to offer you a complimentary bottle of
Oh,
beer."
I'm gonna
How
kill
dare
you.
you! This is my roof! I'm from Hollywood! Do you know who I am?
I never said that. I would never say that. I would never say, do you know who
You're
I am?
gonna die!
I tell them who I am right in front of them. I go, I write jokes for a fucking living. I wake up at 2 in the afternoon and I live my dreams,
And he
you dumb
goes-
fuck.
And he goes, all you do
And it fucks with them. All of a sudden, those guys are like, hey, is he staying in this hotel? Because they're like, they want to fucking touch me, but they can't if you're a guest at the hotel. But if you're just some guy drinking at their rooftop, so they're like so excited, like, oh, please tell me this guy's not at the hotel. I'm like, here's my fucking room key, bro. And yeah, I'm going to my suite right now.
I don't write checks, I get checks.
Sweet 2-star hotel room.
Yeah. I'm going back to my sweet twin-size bed.
The best part was that you said, listen, I'm on a Hollywood rooftop, so all the time,
I did
and
not
you're
say
nothing
that
but a
part.
San Diego
I didn't say that
rooftop
part. I'm cutting you off. I did not say that part.
I listened to that part.
You weren't there. What are you shaking? You weren't even there
I want to
either.
believe.
I didn't. No, what I told him was.
Hollywood rooftop.
Because it was weird, because, you know, I actually write a lot of insult jokes, like, for a living, but what ended up coming out of my mouth, because I had been drinking and I was having a lot of fun, was, like, the worst insult that I've ever told anybody. I go, yeah, you fucked up. I'm a badass motherfucker, and you're just some San Diego roof guy. And I walked away on that.
And that turned into Red Van calling him a roof otter.
And I immediately, when I turned and walked away, even though none of my friends were there to defend me anymore, as soon as I turn away, I'm like, oh, my friends are going to find out about that part, and that's going to be embarrassing. And instead, here I am bragging about it. Yeah, you fucked with the wrong guy, you rooftop guy, roof otter. Yeah, and then the joke turned into...
And then we caught the hotel room on fire.
Yeah, you got the hotel room on fire.
What a great night.
The point is, bouncers are pussies.
It's true, man. I'm really anti-bouncer. I fucking hate them. Oh.
Who are we doing?
Rebecca Rose Vinagra.
Rebecca!
Video game music from the 80s. You leave your friends behind. Is that the Dirty Crabber?
So, yeah, I was probably funnier at 8 years old in my kitchen. My mom was always like, it's just like you're one of us, but really, I was adopted. So my family thought I was a really good actor, and my brother would always have me doing these impressions in the kitchen. One of them, he put a cigarette in my mouth, light it, and we'd have Aunt Mammy. So Aunt Mammy from Alabama, she'd be something like this. Aunt Mammy, from Alabama, I can pave the 405 with my lungs. And by the end of it, you know, I'd just be sitting in my kitchen, smoking a cigarette. My dad would come in and hand me a beer. He's like, I don't know where we got you from. I'm like, well, where'd you pick me up? So not much really has changed. I didn't go through puberty. I barely got acne or boobs, so it's about the same.
All right.
Whoa. Yeah. Interesting. That's a lot of information.
I know, but didn't like that.
There's a lot of setups in there.
Didn't adopt a funny bone.
Oh no, she didn't.
Feel the burn.
Well, I didn't understand anything that you were talking
Yeah,
about.
you did not.
Me neither. That makes
I
four.
heard cigarette and I was like, oh, I want a cigarette.
Yeah. That was good.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about? Burning your tongue with a cigarette when you were a kid? Is that real?
What? No, sorry. Okay, so my brother would make me do impressions in the kitchen, and one of them was Aunt Mammy from Alabama.
Your grandma?
Anyways, we could
That's your
just let go
grandma?
of Aunt Mammy. No, it was
Wait.
just a random fictional character.
Or you
From
just
what?
making you made fun of an Alabama mammy? Like a
I
like
would
a
just
black
make up characters, basically.
Oh, so that's
Yeah,
the...
don't do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had no idea what a Bammy Whammy was, and then I was like,
Right,
what the
because
fuck
you
is
made that
that?
up. Yeah, Alabama Mammy is something you made up.
I don't even know what a mammy is. I've never even heard mammy
mammy
before.
is a black.
But when you say...
a black mammy.
But when you say my brother would make me do an impression of Alabama Mammy, we're all like, what are you talking about? Meanwhile, it's a character that you created. So you
Now
don't
that
just say
not
that.
only am I craving a cigarette, now I'm craving Denny's.
Moves over my
I
man.
am so
My mammy.
sorry. So sorry.
What?
All right.
I really don't
Not
know.
doing that.
But are you really
Again.
adopted?
Yeah.
Then talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you said your parents think you're a great actor because they think you fit in. I don't
Like
understand.
my mom was like, it's just like you're one of us, sweetie. Yeah,
She would say
I need
things
to
like
work
that?
this joke out.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you need a little backstory. Like my parents
Yeah.
never
I'm
made
adopted.
never made me feel like I was adopted. They'd always say like, it just feels like you're really one of us.
Yeah.
Now go take out the trash.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Fucking
something
bastard.
that's like
Yeah.
Did they adopt other kids too?
One more. My brother
After
Ray.
you?
One more.
Yeah. I know. Are you surprised?
Did they
that I
have?
thought
Did they have their own normal kids too?
They had their own normal.
One more.
Like
normal
ones that
kids,
came out of
yeah.
like vaginas. And
Yeah, my
stuff?
mom had 3 kids, and then she adopted 3 more. Actually.
Was there competition? Is there a reason? Like, was that for like team sports, like 3-on-3? Like, why did she adopt 3 outsiders? when she
Sure.
already had-
do you guys have a big house or something?
No. My mom did foster care for a while. My parents are really sweet. My brother, my whole family is like not that sweet, but my mom is really nice. So that's she just
She adopted kids because she felt sorry for them.
no. Well, her sister died when she was really young, and she
Talk about that.
she
Oh, you should talk about why you were adopted.
okay.
You know, the adopted thing is great, and then you can use that as a metaphor for everything in life, like how you don't fit into anything. You know,
So sorry.
but lots of things can fit in me because I'm adopted. Adopted. Who is it?
Right.
No, you're fine. You just need to
Patriot,
slow
is that
down
your
when
cell
you're
phone?
talking and
Okay,
pace
yeah.
yourself.
Okay.
Like you might just be nervous.
This joke's probably just not that good. It's fine.
Well, you should write it out and then
Yeah.
have somebody say it back to you. Just have somebody read it to you and then go, huh. And now you can hear how it's read.
Okay.
Because it seems like you're just reading the jokes, you're not really performing them or like getting into
Okay, yeah, sorry.
remembering the
This
story.
one sucks.
Patriot, what do you got for
sorry.
Rebecca?
Yeah, well, you said you didn't go through puberty. What do you mean by that?
I'd like to see
It
that.
was just a joke, you know. I'm like 32A, just so you all know. And I never got acne, which is nice. But it's 50-50.
Wait, what happened?
I did not,
You never
yeah.
got acne?
I never got acne, but I never got boobs, so half as good, half as
You
bad.
never got. What was the
Boobs.
Boobs.
You're not speaking
You
slow.
don't need
Okay, yeah.
You're rushing through things, and you don't have to. Like that's where confidence comes from. Just like pacing and being like, listen, guess what? Go
Enunciation.
fuck yourself. I didn't go through puberty.
I don't like
I didn't get acne. Guess what else I didn't get? Breasts.
Uh-huh.
Up in these.
Or talents. Come on.
Faverman drops the hammer again. I love it. He's the Simon Cowell of this.
I'll take it easy for you guys.
Simon.
Hey, I'm used to that. It feels like you're part of my family.
I'm adopted too.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You're adopted?
Yeah.
No, the highway he lives on is adopted.
I adopt the highway. I kill it.
Faverman Road in
You were
Temecula.
adopted on the
Very
side of the
dirty.
road,
Very
too.
dirty.
I was adopted, yeah, to a white trash Jewish family.
I would.
Is that
Yeah,
possible?
we ate gefilte fish sticks as a kid.
No way.
That's part of the joke.
Oh. I was once in a Jewish mafia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I slept with the gefilte fishes.
You know why Jewish people like America? Because it's a free country. Stop owing! Stop being pussy!
It's the O. That O's coming from the middle of the room and it's coming in loud. That's like the grassy knoll shooter somewhere in there. There she goes. At Rebecca Rose D on Twitter. Rebecca Rose is
Joke.
an Angerus. What is that last name? You actually write the way that you talk because you can't really tell exactly. That looks like an A and an I. What is your last name? That's an O after that R?
That's Italian for pussy.
Wow.
Vinagre.
Vinagro.
Oh, she should see me live sometime. Live.
We've had a lot of ladies up so far. That's exciting.
Good.
Heck yeah. A lot of
Thank you, Amy. That was sweet. Mentioned on Twitter.
estrogen. And it's gonna keep going. It's Leah Nauer, everybody. Here's Tiana bringing that feminine.
Here she comes.
Whenever I go to the gym, I always see these girls that are wearing like tight booty shorts and like full hair and makeup, and it's fucking ridiculous. So I wrote a poem about it. Stop it. Thank you. I'd actually prefer Snaps. It's more like a coffee shop. So. Thanks. I can't be the only idiot that thought the curse of D in Disney was a G, right? Thank you, which spells Disney, which is a completely different production company. Like, I'd like to think if Disney was a real thing, it'd be like slutty Disney porn with like cute pop princesses. I don't know. My favorite though is Beauty and the Beast because it teaches children not to judge others by their appearance and also that bestiality is okay. I think Beauty and the Beast had like the roughest sex, and most people would think that.
Wow. Very aggressive kitty. Sorry about that.
Wow. Leah, you're great.
Yeah, that's funny.
You're great.
I love the poem.
I mean, the poem was great, and then it kind of like went a little down for me.
Yeah, for me
Hey.
too.
Well, there's potential in the Disney characters, the names of them. And
Also, there's a lot of sex, like just because every Disney movie has like a penis in it somewhere. So the fact that you're not mentioning that, I'm like waiting for you to mention that.
There's more to it. But
yeah. Okay. More to it.
Leah, how long have you been doing stand-up?
Almost 2 years.
Where are you from?
I'm from Philadelphia originally.
How long have you been in LA?
A little over 2 years.
What's your address?
We're asking for the Patriot. We're asking for the Patriot.
Oh God.
So it's another neighborhood.
I remember seeing her before. Well, you were on this show before. You're good.
Patriot remembers
How many
every girl.
times a week do you get up on stage?
I try to do at least 3 mics or shows a week.
You should start doing 5.
Yeah.
Doing what?
5.
5 at least.
Oh, okay.
At least.
Okay.
Because you have a lot of potential. It'll make you write more.
Thank you.
And but you should also like.
She needs longer
I like how
sets.
sarcastic. Yeah.
Longer sets would be helpful for you.
Yeah. Longer sets would be helpful, but also.
Definitely sets longer than a minute. I wouldn't only do minute-long sets everywhere you go.
What else do you talk about?
Well, last time I was on here, I talked about how I was a virgin until I was 20. I was waiting for love. So I have like a big chunk about that.
What happened?
Well,
Did they not like that one?
I
No, but did they like that one or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I thought so.
Yeah.
When did you finally have sex?
Why?
No, at what age?
Oh, when I was 20. I'm 21 now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you've never been crushed before.
What does that mean?
I'll show it.
Don't worry, Mike. I got it. I'm over here for a second.
No, don't go over there at all. I only come here once a week. If there's any advice for me as another female comic that's lived at the Comedy Store for 10 years.
Yeah.
You ever thought about having a podcast before?
And Red Band, we found out she has a boyfriend last time though. So.
Oh, that's right.
So what?
Oh yeah, didn't you and your boyfriend perform that night? Now I remember.
Is he here?
How's
Yes.
he doing?
No,
He's good.
no, he's not.
Is he here?
No, he's not.
Good, don't date a comic.
You
I
guys
can give you any more advice. Go up 5 times a week. Don't date a
Or not an
comic.
unsuccessful one.
It's certainly not an open micer.
Hey,
No.
well, why'd you invite this cock blocker on?
Which one?
It always amazes me, like, I'll start dating a guy and then he'll be like, you know, I've really thought about doing stand-up.
Oh.
I'm like, I won't date famous comics. I'm certainly not dating a
Right.
open micer.
Right.
Like, I just sit there and listen.
That's
for myself.
whenever somebody says something like that to me, I just get really honest with them. When they're like, hey, I've been thinking about, you're sort of an inspiration. I've been thinking about doing stand-up. I'm like, you're not funny. Don't do it.
Yeah, you should.
You have such an innocent, beautiful face. I think you're going to make it. If you continue to do stand-up, you're going to
True.
rock it and crush it, and
Yeah.
you're going to work for you one
But
day.
continue to make it
Definitely
smart.
funky way to the top.
Don't go the easy way.
Don't listen to Sarah.
Even
It's the
the
biggest
Dis-
thing.
Even the Disney joke is a little, outside of your element. To me, like I like the idea of you being this your natural character being like this pure kind of person that's seeing like girls who try too hard at the gym and like I didn't have sex till I was 20.
Right.
Like in this day and age, that is a long time.
Sure
How-
felt like it.
How was your first
Does it
experience?
feel like a long time? The sex or the waiting.
How was your first time? Was it good?
It was great, yes.
Was it good?
It was?
Romantic?
Yeah.
No, that's
Wow.
Romantic.
And that's what also, yeah.
Did it hurt?
We should talk about everybody. No, don't answer that.
Leah, I'm gonna save you.
It's also crazy
Did it
because
last
you're
long?
from Philadelphia, which seems like such a rough and tough city. I've been to Philly and it's like crazy rough
Yeah.
there. So the fact that, and like, remember on the Burn, all those, they were like having a big problem with pregnancy in schools there?
Yeah.
Huge problem.
Leah, go up more often during the week. At
Go up 5 times a week and dump your comic book.
Unprotected stuff.
Leah Knauer with the
Good job, Leah.
K-N-A-U-R. All right, your next comedian goes by the name of Ken Gar, everybody. Ken Gar. Wow, there he is.
I was married for a while, but it was gross, so I quit. There's a lot of things involved in marriage. I had a lot of rules. I had a bedtime. I don't know what that was about. I was 30 years old. You know, it wasn't like we talked about going to bed. She just shut the television off and it was time for bed. I could never get off the phone with my wife. I hated that. Like, I'd be like, babe, I'm about to get on stage. She's like, 2 more things. We're going to have dinner with Steve and Tom. And like, who are they? Like, I always wondered, like, how many guys died at the World Trade Center because they couldn't get off the phone with their fucking wife. You know what I mean? Like, babe, a plane just crashed in the building. I gotta go. Just 2 more things. Like, I guarantee you they found at least one cell phone in the wreckage that had a text message that said, I cannot believe you hung up on me. My name's Ken Gar.
Where are you visiting from?
Chicago. I just moved here.
But you've been doing comedy in Chicago for a while.
Yeah, a long time.
Wow.
You can tell.
I think
Welcome.
it's great. I just think your example of what the wife says to you instead of dinner with like Steve and Tom should be even. You can get another joke in there.
Yeah, I was just
Does
trying
it-
to hit the minute.
I
mark.
totally get
Yeah.
it. Do you normally say something else?
Yeah, I'll kind of illustrate the two
Ramble?
things and just I'll like pick up groceries and I'm like, babe, I gotta get going. I'm on stage, you know.
Right. Yeah, I think even more specific
Okay.
than groceries or dinner. You know, like we're having sushi with, you know, something that's
yeah.
specific.
Yep.
Because you can get even more jokes in.
Yeah, like she's starting another conversation.
Yeah,
Right,
I mean,
she's
that's
telling you details that don't matter is what's annoying
Yeah,
about the
yeah,
conversation. So
We're
when she's
having
getting
sushi.
actual points across, that's exactly what would be efficient. But it's the fact that she's not getting only her points across,
Yeah.
that she's dragging this thing on. We're having sushi at the intersection of Bobbity Bon, Bobbity
with
Bon.
Steve and Tom at 6:30 instead of 7. Remember
Right,
that?
but that's
6:30
next
instead of 7.
Thursday.
Yeah, I
Next
checked the Yelp
Thursday at
ratings.
7.
Yeah.
Because the more that you blow that out of proportion of
Yeah.
just being annoyed, it paints that picture so that 9/11 pops even
Yeah.
harder.
Okay.
Because then you're picturing this poor guy that's just like, oh my god, this building's probably gonna fucking
Right.
cave
Great
in at
for
any
you-
moment.
good for you to
Maybe
go
I
there.
really gotta go. You know what I mean?
Good for you to go there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
should. It's great.
It's good. Good perspective. I
Yeah,
like that.
so
I love 9/11. That's great.
What's your Twitter handle?
Is that your Twitter handle? Comedian Ken Gar?
Yeah.
G-A-R-R?
That's it.
I'm
Fuck
gonna
yeah.
follow you on Twitter. I think you're so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Comedian Ken Gar.
All right,
Coming
good job,
in,
Ken.
slaying, beautiful.
All right,
Great
thanks,
stuff.
guys.
That's so refreshing, right? See somebody just own, not even a minute, he just owned that
Well, you
shit.
get up and you
Yeah.
start. No,
Yeah.
hey, how you
See,
guys
not
doing?
how you do
this
it, I
shit?
mean.
That's
a
Nobody
that's a
cares.
classic, yeah.
Get with it. Get started.
Hey, put your hands together. I think he was on last week. It's fun to have him back. Put your hands together for Skylar, everybody. Skylar. Deep in the gullet.
So, my grandmother has popcorn ceilings, and I was laying in bed staring at them, and I did the only thing that a sensible person would do is eat them. And I was laying in bed, I passed out, staring at the ceiling, and I tried to avoid it, so I had to put my cup blanket over me. So I couldn't avoid it, and also too, I was trying to hide from the monster under my bed. So, I forgot the joke. I was gonna... No,
Good.
I just wrote it. Hold on. All right. So, Okay, here we go.
You don't have to.
All right, so I was gonna run off with the monster in my bed, like where the wild things are, but I decided to tell my ex-girlfriend to stop hiding under there.
Wow. He was done, and the bear still wanted to chime in on that one.
I think the funniest part about that whole thing was his first sentence. I was in my bed at my grandmother's
sleeping
house.
in my grandma's house.
Then it
And you saw that she had popcorn ceilings. The funny part is that you know what popcorn ceilings are.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. What are they?
They're the ceilings that have like the drippy paint looking thing.
Oh, God. That's what they call
Yeah,
that?
it's crazy.
Yeah, why do you know what popcorn ceilings are?
They do look like popcorn.
They do?
Yeah.
They look like the bottom of the popcorn,
I
not
was
the
getting
top.
really high and it looked like I could eat it.
Undercarriage.
Bottom of the
But nobody believes that you would really eat that. I mean, after hearing your set, maybe I believe that you
Wait, Sarah, what's the bottom of a popcorn? You mean there's like a...
You know, like the bottom of the bag, the
some-
tiny little crumbs? That's kind of what the ceilings
Like the
look like.
tape
Not
of
the
the
top,
popcorn.
though, which is the perfect. Popcorn is my favorite thing in the whole world. I literally carry around ranch-flavored popcorn seasoning in case I go to a movie. I know, I don't have it on me now. I ran out.
The white cheddar's better.
That
I
is
like
so
that.
down south.
If
You
I
are
had
such
dill
a...
pickle flavor, I would bring that.
Sarah's such like a little Southern belle. Like we work together every day writing on the burn. You know, like
Okay.
12-hour shifts every day from breakfast to dinner. Anyway, she has a thing. She's such like a Southern chick that she has this thing where she pickles stuff. I don't know if you guys know, like you can like pretty much pickle anything by putting it in some kind of pickle jar with vinegar or some shit, and it just turns it into a pickled whatever. She pickles everything. So Tony, I brought some pickled artichokes and pickled some peppers. I got pickled pickles. I pickled a shoe. It's delicious.
That's why I think these two should start hooking up because they both.
Me and Tony?
No, you might.
Oh, because of the cooking?
Yeah.
Because we
I
both
just
like
see
to
that
cook.
you guys look like a good couple.
No, there's only one chef in the kitchen.
There's something that's going on over here.
There is, you know, in all honesty, normally I always disagree with whatever Red Band says, but on this
I
one,
can see that.
on this one, I sort of see some magic here.
Yeah, I see
You're
kids.
like
Okay,
you're
let's
like
just getting
super
nervous. Let's just-
clean and pure and
And I'm a filthy pig.
yes, exactly. And, see, there you go.
Yes.
Pickle things
Well,
together.
I can tell she likes me because she's
Poor
completely
Skylar.
turned away from me.
I'm just standing here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
We forgot you were
Skylar.
hearing about Thundercat over there.
Skylar, what do you think of the Iron Patriot? You a fan of his? Like I've seen you at a few of these shows before.
Yeah, the Dirty Crabber is pretty good.
The what?
Dirty Crabber, his band.
That's the name of his band. You missed it because you were too busy at the photo shoot on the roof.
Now, was this joke that you were doing, were you supposed to be a kid in it, or are you supposed to be an adult in it, or
No. Basically, it goes. I'm staring at the popcorn ceilings. I eat it, and then I get asbestos poisoning, pass out.
That's why I asked you, because, you know, the problem I have with it, no one's going to eat it just because it looks like popcorn.
How are you going to get
Yeah.
to it?
You gotta really
Unless you're on mushrooms or something.
What I remember last week, the big breakthrough that we found out, not from your stand-up, but by asking you questions, is that you live with your grandma. I mean, you touched on living with your grandma, but you ended it by talking about eating a ceiling, which we're just like, oh, okay, so this guy's gonna make no sense for the next 55 seconds.
No.
So what you should be doing is writing out a list of things that's goofy about living with your grandma instead of just bailing out. I don't think you took the note properly. When we said talk about living with your grandma, we don't mean set up with that. It should be a whole thing.
It has to be believable. None of us look at a popcorn ceiling and go, I think I'll eat that. No one
Right.
ever does that.
Right.
Now, there's jokes that have make-believe things in them, but that's kind of believable or so silly. But eating a ceiling just because it's called popcorn, that just like makes me want to shoot myself in the dick.
It's true.
I think a lesson we keep learning is it's not good to confuse the crowd at the beginning of the joke.
Very good, Patriot. I wish you would have learned that about 13 episodes ago. Skylar, there you go. He's at Skylar Comedy. I get the feeling not the realest Twitter handle. It's more like at Skylar Drama. But oh wait, nothing on that one. It worked out earlier on something else. Patriot, how's it going? You hanging in there?
Yeah.
If you had to guess who Sarah Tiana is texting right now after showing up to the show late, who would it be?
Mike, How are you doing? They keep on bringing it up. Should we just tell them?
No.
How fun! This guy has been getting a lot of buzz on Twitter. One of the big upcoming comics here on Kill Tony. Pleasure for me to bring him up. It's the one and only Mississippi assassin, Eric Carter. Everybody, is here. This will be fun. This is the name drop every week. Come on, Eric. Be stressed up here.
Yes, it is true. I am from Mississippi. It is great to be in Hollywood tonight. It's nice to get a break from the meth lab. But now we're off the subject of that. I have a few grievances here I've had the past few weeks. I'm sick and tired on Facebook of living people using dead people to get likes. Oh, shit. Not like I thought. I put more time into that one than I did last week. So we're going to switch subjects. I know you're confused right now. You're confused. You're like, hey, he's from Mississippi. He's talking about crystal meth, and he's got a matching belt, shoes, and jacket. And I bet y'all think I should be wearing camouflage. No, I'm not trying to hide from you. I find dipping repulsive, and I hate NASCAR. I didn't have a punchline either. Let's kill the minute.
You said that on exactly Let me tell you something. The highlight of my night, and I'm sure that it's going to last this way for the rest of the night. The highlight of my night, but right before I fall asleep tonight, I'm going to go, what was my favorite part of the night? And it's going to go him just waiting for that punchline to get a laugh and just waiting for it to oh, shit.
I had patience, but it wasn't coming, so I had to bail out with the whole shit, just a good little southern phrase.
Oh, it seemed like it really hit you hard. Like you really thought, like you're like, I'm just gonna wait. They're gonna get it. Oh shit! Nobody got it.
They bailed hard.
What was that again? My brain just eliminates horrible jokes when I hear that. So how did it go again?
Well, it's just about people who are alive. They go on Facebook and they'll go on dead people's Facebook profiles and say rest in peace for 5 years, and just do it for likes, do it for bullshit. You knew they wasn't friends. And one thing I was going to say.
Now you're getting into the joke finally. What you said before was the setup, and you said oh shit when it didn't get a laugh. The part that's funny about your setup is that, like, they're always saying rest in peace. I've been watching. He's been dead for 5 years, you motherfucker, or whatever however you say things. You know what I mean? You've been saying that for 5 years.
Or it's just when somebody dies, like they write rest in peace, and then some people like that.
I think it's just lose the whole thing. Just lose the whole thing, because I know too many people that actually, like, their husband died, and so they still, like, use the Facebook to remember him by. And I don't think there's that many people that are just, like, collecting Facebook likes for, I don't know. There's just.
I think you should dress up like a priest. I think it'd be a good look for you. Right? Well,
Yeah. Sorry, fellas.
No, I like the character. The character's good. The jokes have to be sharper. You have a good character up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, the southern thing's gonna work for you.
I like your outfit better this week.
Yeah.
Oh, I kept the coat on.
Yeah, but the white shirt's better.
The funny part is when you apologize for jokes.
Yeah.
I don't think you should. I think you should just keep writing things that aren't funny and then apologize. I honestly do.
That won't be a problem for him.
Oh shit! I'm sorry,
fine,
y'all.
buddy.
Okay.
No, I'm not sensitive at all, man. I'm taking.
That's
No, I like the character.
that's really funny. Like that could be your thing. Apologizing for bad jokes that are kind of funny, but that are funny but aren't like.
But shot. I mean.
No, that are funny but like in a Laffy Taffy kind of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brody.
Almost like Jay. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, like,
You
Brody
need
has
to-
his jokes
you don't
that
get
are
it.
lesser,
Oh, yeah.
Positive energy.
Top
honey.
5 streets in Los Angeles. Satacoy.
I always think of that one when he does that.
I think.
Eric, how long have you been in Hollywood now?
4 months.
Wow. How you liking it?
It's fun.
Anything
And he's
crazy
still
happen?
wearing those shoes with jeans, so he's only been here for
Oh.
He changed his look from when he first got
Oh,
here.
yeah?
Well, see, I rode from the beach that day.
You rode from the beach?
Yeah, well, I live in Orange County, so I was down in Laguna that day, and I just didn't change from the beach clothes.
You came from Laguna to.
Well, I live in Dana Point.
Oh man.
Wow.
You have a
Came
lot
all
of
that way
money?
for that joke.
No, I just have a few rich relatives. I'm like the white trash of the family. I'm cousin Eddie. I just
Sounds like an Adam Sandler movie.
Talk
doesn't it?
about this. This is what you should be talking about.
So you live with your rich relatives?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about this. A few
I mean, we talked
times.
about it. I know they're probably tired of hearing
Oh,
about it,
okay.
but since y'all joined us, yes. I
You
did.
think the same audience is here every week?
I don't know.
Jesus.
I don't know.
That's not the first time you said that. I don't know.
No, definitely not. In the past hour.
Do you want regular or unleaded? I don't know.
Eric, keep it up, buddy. You're doing a great job. It's at Call Me EC on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
Eric Carter, everybody.
Good
There he
job,
goes.
Eric.
The Mississippi Assassin. Fuck yeah. Well, do one more?
One quick one.
We can do
quick
one super quick one.
Super quick.
One more super quick. Jesus, somebody really wants to get up. Put your hands together for Demetrius Smith, everybody. Here he is. Demetrius Smith. Oh, he's coming. Here he is.
A little blind spider took the wheel.
All right. So I had to take my car to the shop, so I had to resort to the city car, the LA transport. So I go to the bus stop and I see this kid. He's sitting on the bus stop and we're in front of a gas station. And this crackhead comes by and he asks the kid. He says, "You got a dollar I can borrow?" The kid said, "I don't have no dollar." Crackhead goes to the gas station. He comes back about 2 minutes later. He said, "Hey, look, fella, you got a dollar I can borrow?" The kid say, "I don't have no dollar. You ask me again, I'm gonna slap you with my economics book." Crackhead goes to the gas station, comes right back. He said, "Hey, you got an economics book?" Kid say, "Nah." He said, "All right, you got a dollar I can borrow?"
It's like an actual joke.
That's a street joke.
It's a street joke. Street joke.
Did you tell a street joke that you got from like a forwarded email?
No, I didn't. It's original. I did that one because he said, "Go quick and submit."
That's true. Okay, that's respectable. You write a lot of street jokes like that?
I write some street. I actually write jokes about my life, so I just kind of twist them a little bit.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Is that real?
That is
Yeah,
real.
it is. Street jokes are always an interesting thing because it's a long setup for one punchline, and depending on what you
I mean, I've just heard that same joke a lot, but with different props, so to speak.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Grapes.
definitely.
Got any grapes? Got any grapes?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You know. Do you have any raisins? No. Okay, got any grapes? No, like it's the same joke. You can't do that.
It's good though. It was fun. You know what? We needed something short to fill in 40
Why were you?
seconds, and
Is that true that you really had to take the bus?
Yeah.
And you saw
I really had
crack?
to take my car to the shop.
And you
had
really-
to stop at the bus.
Okay.
And so
And that's really what happened?
yeah, I just added a little bit to it. I just twisted it around a little bit.
He really did ask for $1 3 times?
Yeah, he came. No, he asked for it twice. He went,
Uh-huh.
came back. He asked for some spare change at the school.
Oh, so
Went
change.
back, yeah, and then came
My
back
favorite
last
part
week.
is that he said, "Can he borrow it?" Like, who's gonna borrow it? Is he gonna give it back?
Have you heard homeless people ask to borrow some money? That's what's funny to me because I've heard it's like you're not gonna give me my fucking money back. So
Right.
let's borrow
Well,
money.
then why don't you talk about that?
yeah, I would definitely acknowledge that. That's
The
part
fact
of the
that
thing.
it's the
definitely.
borrowing, because like if most of the time I hear like, "Do you have any change? Do you have any change? Do you have any?" Not, "Can I borrow $1?"
It's like spare change.
We're gonna move on though. We gotta fly. Thank you, Demetrius.
You're welcome.
Demetrius Smith. He's at This is Demetrius on Twitter. This is the part where we get to our two regular lovely ladies that are here every Monday, that we do every single Monday. Our two regular women. This Monday is no different. Going first this week, you know her and you love her from podcasts like Kill Tony, and Kill Tony. Put your hands together for Sarah Weinshank, everybody.
Middle school fucked me up permanently. I'm still angry from middle school. I was such a loser, you know? I got a chia pet at a thrift store, brought it to 8th grade, asked my teacher if it could be the class pet, and she said yes. It was a lamb chia pet. That's what I was into. I wasn't even embarrassed. I brought it in like it was a normal thing.
Like, can this be the class pet? It's fucking ridiculous. I always had a polo shirt with like stains all over it, pizza stains. My good friend's screen name was Gouda Girl. She was like obsessed with cheese. She spat when she talked. We'd tie our shoelaces together and scurry about during recess. That was my reality. I saved a manatee. I saved all my allowance to mail in for Save a Manatee. And then I was pissed because Gouda Girl and I both saved the same manatee. And I was like, I thought I was going to get my own fucking manatee. Needless to say, I'm still angry.
Needless to say, what?
I'm still angry.
Oh, that's funny. You have such a funny delivery. You're so different.
Middle school fucked me up.
Yeah.
And then
She's always very passionate about silly things. That's what I've noticed.
I just feel like in there somewhere you should be like, I'm glad that's all changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm glad I'm better now.
Right.
You know, and then like if you said she adopted the same manatee, like I wanted to be an individual. You know, like I think like that anger of like middle school fucked me up. Like in the like every like 20 seconds you should have to be like, I'm glad it's different now.
Yeah, but I'm not like.
And when you get back to
Okay.
Gouda Girl and she does whatever, you sort of lost me on the manatee, but it doesn't matter because whatever she does with the manatee, that's the same as what you did with the manatee. There should be a callback because that's so funny to the cheese part. Not only did she do the same thing as me, but she did it with a block of Parmesan in her hand or something like that. You know what I mean? Making a callback to the fact that this chick, for some reason, is so obsessed with cheese.
Yeah.
And like so gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
I like your character. I think you should go a little more over the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything
Take
you
a
do,
chance.
you have one of the best deliveries.
Yeah.
You have a character which
Be
is
more
like
angry.
there's
Angry.
certain comics that have characters like Brody's a good example where like he plays himself but he plays it so over exaggerated and you do such a good job of doing that that it's really hard to pull
Push it.
off. Yeah, put it to the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
level.
20%
Push it,
more,
yeah.
and it's a fucking firework.
Yeah, you don't even need jokes.
With-
you
with-
could just talk. And
With
Right.
good jokes and a character,
Yeah.
you'd be good.
You'd be
Less
good.
And you're
Sure.
gonna get better at jokes
Oh,
as you
you
go
can
on.
joke.
No,
Anyway.
better jokes.
More jokes.
More,
Right, but I don't want to sound like I'm telling like cheesy jokes. I'm trying to talk about.
if they're funny, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Okay.
What
They're
you're just,
funny,
when you're
just-
telling the truth, it sounds like a
Yeah.
joke.
Right. As long as you're still talking about
Middle school.
the stuff that you're passionate about, it'll always organically get punched up if you're doing a lot of spots during the week. And also, up
Take
20% on the thing.
Yeah, take a risk with that character.
And also, if you're both saving the same manatee, like that seems like a real but
that's
it's
my
also
manatee.
like it's my
Yeah,
manatee.
All of a sudden.
I have a fat cow in the ocean. You get your own fat cow in the ocean, and then also
That's
just like
my
it's kind of like
manatee.
two girls wearing the same thing to a party.
Right.
You
Yeah, that's
know?
my
Save your own
manatee.
thing. Yeah, save it. Get your own cause.
Do twice the amount of sets that you normally do when you're on your period.
Stop it.
Patriot, did you have something you wanted to
Listen,
say?
before I say something, I got an impersonation I can do of Sarah.
Wait.
I want to do it right now.
Me?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
which one? Weinshank or Tiana?
Wine check.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Went to Rite Aid to get some Q-tips and a Twix. Q-tips and a Twix.
Patriot, stop it.
Left with a flu shot.
Where's our missiles?
Waiting to see if I get latent autism.
There she goes. It's Sarah
Good job,
Weinshank,
Sarah.
everybody. Bringing the thunder and the lightning. She's at Princess Shank on Twitter. Please follow her. It's always
Please
fun.
follow her.
I would totally follow.
Please follow her. Not to her car, Faverman. Anyway. And as always, the other regular here, put your hands together for it's Kimberly Congdon.
Hey guys! I want to talk about something that I'm tired of. I'm tired of getting fooled. And ladies, you know what I'm talking about in relationships. I'm not getting tricked anymore, because it always happens. I start dating a guy, we're fucking doing cute shit, we're picking filters together on Instagram, and then all of a sudden I'm like, hey, my cousin's having a wedding, and he's like, bitch, we're not dating. You know, like, I'm like, okay. So I've been getting really suspicious. I went for drinks with a guy the other day, and we were drinking wine. I came back from the bathroom, and he had a brand new glass of wine waiting for me. I came back, and I was like, that's so polite. Thank you so much. But it's also kind of rapey. So I can't drink that. So I made him drink it and order me a new glass of wine, and I was like, what if he did roofie it? And I just drugged him.
I'm gonna get him back. I'm gonna rape this motherfucker. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fuck him. And in the middle of me raping him, I'm gonna, give him the good stuff, The stuff my mom taught me. And he's gonna wake up and be like, tricked ya.
There you go. Reverse psychology rape joke.
Damn, you're back. That was great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're gonna roofie me. I'll roofie you.
That's what's up. I'm about roofies.
You could go more into that.
I think you have to set it up more about the things that you're Instagramming, like we're picking out filters. Like you need to describe more relationship things that you're doing. And don't say the word fucking in front of it because it sounds like you're saying fucking.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Got you, yeah.
We're fucking Instagram, like that little beat sounds like two things and not one.
I wanted to get into detail about how guys want to date girls and they do all this fucking cutesy stuff and you're feel like you're together and they're like, no, we're not dating.
Yeah.
We're taking this so serious.
Yeah, but you need to really, that's why you have to really amp up the setup.
Yeah.
Because then that makes him, if you ask him for to do something more simple than going to a wedding with you.
Right.
Because
Okay.
that is definitely like a dating thing. Yeah, a little
Yeah.
serious. Like, hey, do you want to go to a movie? Whoa! We're not together.
Dating, bitch. Okay.
Right.
You seem a little too sweet for a rape joke, too.
Yeah.
You can't...
No, she doesn't.
No, hold on. She can have the same content without being so abrasive about it. Because you have a sweet look to you, and this this word rape and all these other words coming out of your words, out of your mouth, that doesn't fit your character.
I feel like you should
can
quit
be more
forcing
clever with
rape
it.
jokes on us. You should quit forcing rape jokes.
Didn't you say that last time you were on this show?
Everybody does rape jokes, so sick of them.
Yeah.
It's just
Be more
so
clever with it.
you are smarter than that.
Yeah.
You're smarter than that.
You're cute.
I thought that was a great twist on the rape joke.
I really liked it
liked
too. I really did too. So it depends on how you feel about it. I sort of think that your innocent character plays into her being like, oh, I hope he didn't try to roofie me, and then your confused youth part of your character is like, you know what, I'll show him. I think it's a fun twist. You're definitely gonna want, if you stick with it, you're gonna want to punch it up
It's
more
the
in the
mental
back.
questioning of.
I wouldn't have it in with that face.
Who am I to think somebody would roofie me? I'll just doesn't he know me at all?
I'll just fuck him.
Yeah. There should be more more questions in your head. Well, am I just an arrogant person to think that he has to roofie me?
Right.
Or does he not think I'm strong?
There she goes. We did it again. It's Kimberly Congdon at Kimberly Congdon on Twitter. That's another fun episode of Kill Tony, everybody. Mike, what do you have that you want to promote that's happening? You got the show coming out?
The Punchline,
Yep.
the boxing show, and get 3 other shows going to networks in January, and hopefully sell some. But Ultimate Outdoor Cooking. If you guys like outdoor cooking, go to ultimateoutdoorcooking.com.
That's right. And Sarah Tiana, what's happening?
Nothing.
Awesome. Well, I'm at the Crest Theater with Joe Rogan December 13th. Is it the 13th? And Youngstown, Ohio, December 20th and 21st, I'm going to be at the Funny Farm Comedy Club. I haven't been back home in 5 years, and I'm going to be there to say hello to my
I'll
family.
be on Chelsea next week.
Ooh, la, la.
December 11th in San Jose, California, we are having a Death Squad Holiday Dirty Show at the San Jose Improv with Brody Stevens, Sam Tripoli. Tony's probably going to be there. We're just going to have a huge show, so make it up to San Jose, December 11th, San Jose Improv. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
You're welcome. So funny. I can't wait. Make sure it's funny so I can retweet it.
Yeah, we met once.